Hey everyone, it's me, Doomlink, and welcome back to the Doomlink's Live Hunt series. I'm just docking my wireless headphones. I would have started about, I don't know, 5 minutes, no, not 5 minutes, maybe 3 minutes earlier than I'm starting right now, but I ended up wanting to share with my Discord community one of the many issues that you can encounter just by trying to do the most simplest things on YouTube. I'll actually describe what I had done. So, while I was just typing into the games field for my live stream information, basically, you know, trying to get the live stream to display to you what game it is that I'm playing, and you may have noticed that I always select Generations instead of Generations Ultimate, and I'll get to that. But basically, I went and selected... Well, I started typing into it. I typed Monster Hunter GE, and then the only option I got by typing in Monster Hunter GE, you know, I was beginning to type Generations, the only result that I got was Earth Atlantis from 2017. Now, how Monster Hunter GE, all spaced out, would give you Earth Atlantis as the only result, I've got no idea. But then if you add an N onto GE to make GEN, I get two options, Monster Hunter Generations and Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate. Now, why do I not select Generations Ultimate? The answer is because, well, originally there was no Generations Ultimate option. It was only about a year ago that, oh, for fuck's sake, I forgot to update the thumbnail. I hate doing that. You guys are like, why does the thumbnail show a link to the past? Well, I was a bit distracted, I suppose. Oh my god, all the information wasn't saved. I thought I'd done that. Bastard. Can I update that? I can update it while live, I think. One moment. Fucking hell. I was so distracted, clearly. Okay, it's just been updated. Good. So don't freak out, we're not doing a link to the past. It just saves your previous information that was last on a live stream, but yeah, it does still say Zelda in the title. For once, this is actually my fault and not YouTube's fault. But yeah, I was a bit distracted. But anyway, the reason why I don't actually use Generations Ultimate as the game that I'm playing whenever I record this is because the Generations Ultimate option, which was only recently added about a year ago, it doesn't even work. I'm assuming that the information for it as a game title is not complete and therefore does not work with their system. You know, it's a bit of a delicate system with YouTube. I'm opening a can of raspberry flavoured sparkling water, which I need. It's nice and cold because it's a hot, humid fucking day at the moment. It's only 9 in the morning and it's already hot. I fucking hate it. Trying not to advertise. But anyway, I just wanted to share with people why the simple things really do not work on YouTube. And it shouldn't be a wonder as to why I marked my satisfaction with YouTube as a platform in their most recent survey very dissatisfied, you know. Of course I'd be very dissatisfied with a platform that seems to have no regard for putting out a state of the website that works. You know, it's like the website's in beta. It shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't be that way. You are the largest video sharing platform on the internet. The internet. And you can't roll out a website that works. I really don't know what to say other than that. But there are many little issues like that, and yeah, that's YouTube for you. I'm not going to get into a YouTube rant at the start of this, but anyway. Battery on? No, I'm not doing any of that. But yeah, all the information should be updated for the live stream, so you don't have to worry about that. What we doing? Teostra? We could do Teostra, I don't mind that. We'll see if it's full. It shouldn't be. I don't think there are that many people wanting to fight Teostra. I guess there could be. More than anything else, though, there just aren't that many people playing the game these days. Much larger number than 3 Ultimate, though. But you know, even though I'm not a huge fan of the, I guess, dying community of 3 Ultimate on the Wii U, I can't deny that it's very nice to have the option to play it on the Wii U still, online. It's very good, and while you don't have that many people to play with, you can usually get into one, provided you are at G rank level. So it's actually not too bad at all. Not sure what everyone's doing, looks like it's one of those standing around wondering what the fuck to do kind of rooms, and Nephany has left as a result. You always see that, it's so strange, you walk into rooms, right, and everyone's just sort of standing around going, what are we doing? And then someone leaves because everyone's standing around. It is the most dysfunctional fucking thing you have ever seen, and you can only really see it in this community, because I don't know, they're fucked in the head or something? I'm not sure how else to describe it than that. But yeah, they seem to be a bit, I don't know, mentally deficient, collectively. But that's this community. And I used to complain about the 3 Ultimate community compared to the Tri community, and then I would compare the 4 Ultimate community to 3 Ultimate, and you know, I'd be complaining about the 4 Ultimate community like they were the worst in the world, and they were pretty bad, but this community is a bit of a sight to behold. It gets embarrassing sometimes. But it's bad for different reasons to 4 Ultimate. 4 Ultimate struck me as a community of really, like a community of kids, to be honest. They felt like kids. And once you got to the high levels away from the kids, then you got the ultra snobbery of the high hunter ranks. It was incredible. It was just this, there's 2 ends of the spectrum, and there was no real middle ground. It was either retarded kids who could barely maintain conversation, and ultra snobbish assholes. It was really weird. Anyway. What are we hunting? We are hunting Teostra. Let's go hammer. And I'll bring a dragon hammer. I believe it is... no. I don't know why I thought... Wine Fatalis. That's what I use in Freedom Unite for my dragon hammer, and I think 4 Ultimate as well. So... yeah. I guess I have to post the fucking quest because no one else will. So, do I have the quest? I think so, yep. Explosion marks the spot, should be fine. I think so. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Jenny. But if you're enjoying it that much, then I guess it's a positive, isn't it? Did you have to pay for it, or is it free to play? Because I guess if you had to pay for it, it would be a bit of a nightmare if you didn't enjoy it. Most games these days are free to play on mobile, because they realized how good microtransactions are. And, yeah. Even 10 years ago, they were doing microtransactions on mobile games pretty frequently, but now, with the evidence of just how much money can be made with things like that, what was that fucking game that kind of early on was making so much money? It was a mobile game. It was, I can't remember it now, but it was... doesn't really matter too much. Wasn't Dungeon Defenders, was it? That's probably not what it is. Don't even know what that is. It's just a name that came to mind when I was looking for some answer to my confusion. I'm going to be keeping a close eye on my chroma key because I hate it when it slips out of being good, and then I have to fucking suffer while watching the VOD going, oh, I wish I could fix it. Excuse the slurping. Yeah, it's good to cool down a little bit with a nice beverage. Chris is going, oh, I don't think I've eaten. No, I have. I did it without paying any attention. This is the problem. This is how I can actually go onto a quest without eating. It's because the eating process is so subconscious that before I depart, I don't really know whether I've eaten or not anyway, because again, I don't really think about it when I've eaten. I don't commit it to mind. Alright. There's a Monster Hunter knockoff mobile game coming soon. Great. There are going to be a whole lot more of Monster Hunter knockoffs. I don't think it's going to become a Monster Hunter-like genre, as the Soul series did, but certainly we are going to see more games that are influenced by Monster Hunter, which is an example of, well, it could be a positive thing. I shouldn't think of it as a negative automatically, but, you know, Monster Hunter is going to become less unique as time goes on, and it's another product of David. You just got there. If you're gonna die like that, don't solo it, shit. Don't be a hero. We're not gonna get this done any faster by having you solo it for the first minute. And we're only gonna be going backwards if you die. So, let's try to be a little smarter with that. I don't think my defense is too good with this set. No, 726, it's not the worst. If I could not just stand right in his attack path, that'd be great. Alright, I'll just heal up. Do an ups. Oh no, he's not facing me, that's fine. I don't think I got the KO with that. I hate the claw in this game, it's so much like. Whoa! It always happens when you make fun of someone else for doing something, it happens to you. Like if you start shit-talking someone on your team, it ends up being the case that you die or something. I always have that happen to me. I don't know what it is, it's the universe punishing me, I suppose, but yeah. My Moxie has already procced at the very beginning of the fucking hunt. Just because I got comboed by this asshole monster. It's really annoying. Here's the best spot to stand about here. I'm going to run out of stamina before you fall. Unless that happens, thank you very much. I really don't want you attacking the head when I'm going hammer, because if I'm going to get flinched on that head, we're going to have a bad time, my friend. You and I both. Yeah, it is coming. Now, that is the only scenario in which you want to flash Teostra. Teostra is another one of those monsters that is not good to flash. Doesn't matter if we're talking about 4th gen or 2nd. Flashing a Teostra is bad news. However, if we're flashing him out of the air, that's fine. Alright, should be safe. Of course, I've talked about it before, but I really, really enjoy the way they did Valstract weapons. The idea that there's only 2 types of sharpness, and it's high and really low. And you get a lot of white and a lot of red. Please don't fucking combo me. I was actually stuck in between his legs there, so if he had chosen to charge, I may have died. I won't deny that my defense really sucks for these hunts, but you know, I've made the decision to just have less defense using the Hayabusa feather, so it is what it is. Should be able to get the turn around here. Oh no, he got flinched. That'd be about right, wouldn't it? I'd love to get a KO at some point. I'm not doing that. I'll do this though. No, of course you'd do that. Not having a good day with the hammer. I'm not going to call it before it's... I don't want to, you know, count my chickens before they hatch, but this is looking like another one of those recordings where it's not going to be too... It's not going to go in my favour. It's not going to be smooth, it's not going to be a fun time. It's going to be more like suffering, you know. Let's do a golf swing on the face if we can. Oh. Well, that usually does happen. He's usually quite quick to leave this first area. Well, I have experienced plenty of Teostra in World. He's not... he's fine. He seems like normal Teostra, to be honest. I think they just about got him down properly. What I didn't like was Lunastra changing as much as she did. I felt like she was too different from Teostra, and it's so funny because that was everyone's biggest complaint about Lunastra in the old games. It was the fact that she was basically just the same monster, just a different colour. But to me, it worked better. to have Lunastra so similar to Teostra, because it doesn't make any sense to me, even lore-wise, that Lunastra would be so much stronger than Teostra. Maybe there is an explanation for it, but it would have been rather awkwardly contrived for the reason that it's not how it was in the past. The fight was almost the same across the two monsters. So for me, it just felt like, you know, Capcom doing their best to, how do I say, have a new interesting hunt while being able to get away with using the same model. In my opinion, that is really the only reason why they brought Lunastra back. It was ultimately laziness, and I don't think that's a cynical way to look at it, because if you do look at base world, the theme that's present throughout the whole game is laziness. You know, cutting corners where they can because they've put so much time into the superficial facade of the game. You hear it a lot with the sound of the game, like some of the monster roars, for instance. They just brought back, for the Kushala Daora noises, you can actually hear Elatrion noises in there. Now this was base world, this is long before Elatrion was even announced. I mean, everyone assumed Elatrion was coming, even before World released, but because there was a leaked list and it included Elatrion. But, well, if I could get a fucking... I went in there to get hit because I'm trying so fucking hard to get this fucking KO off. It's easier in 2nd gen, I can tell you that much. This is a fucking nightmare. Anyway, yeah. Kushala's noises were just... They couldn't make any more noises for him, because, I don't know, they were cutting corners or whatever, so they just reused monster noises like Elatrion's noises, and I've heard that a few times throughout the game. They just cut corners wherever they could, and I think the reusing of monster models was definitely a thing. Just look at Duratotus, the worst monster in the game practically. He's just a muddy version of Labaziov. Now if you compare can you fucking not? You are such an ignorant cunt of a hunter. Absolutely no regard for the hammer user, none at all. I'm gonna do damage. Just fuck off and show some respect. It's always like that. There's always some ignorant bastard who wants to fuck up a hammer user on the head. Doesn't give a shit, you know? What it is it's fucking egotistical nonsense. I will admit that I'm not playing incredibly well right now, and there can be a large number of factors as to why that's the case, but I'll tell you what, if I'm getting fucked up on the head by some charge blade motherfucker, then I'm gonna get pretty pissed off. I don't mind being flinched as the hammer user if I'm not near the head, because it's very easy to be flinched as a hammer user, but if I'm at the head doing a combo during a fucking stun, and I'm getting fucking hit by some asshole, then yeah, I'm gonna be pissed. Now, some weapon types are fine to attack the head next to a hammer user. Swinging your fucking axe mode around with charge blade, that's kind of up there on the list of really fucking shit weapons to attack a head next to a hammer user. Anyway, I'm not going to talk too much about World, and I'm going to try and not rant about people who have absolutely no decency in online play. I mean, I'm getting hit so much, I don't even know why. I couldn't fucking give you an explanation as to why that's happening. I should have just done spinning meteor on the head, to be honest, then I wouldn't have been flinched, but I wasn't thinking of doing that. I guess I just wasn't paying attention to what was going on. I would have dealt damage with that final hit, it just wouldn't have been on the head, which is what I was kind of going for. You decided not to face me. My DPS has been really shit, which is sort of getting me down, but it's not a big deal. It kind of is. It's so fucking hot right now. You know what, I'm going to attribute it to that. We've established that I cannot fucking perform in hot weather. Not just in terms of gameplay, but also mentally. I can barely perform in hot weather. You know, every time I'm expecting to turn around, I get a flinch instead. It's fucking annoying. Don't know if I managed to get the head there or what, but whatever. But yeah, World really struck me as a corner-cutting exercise, while everyone else was just utterly taken by the beautiful animations and the amazing art. Oh, look at it, it's so amazing. Yeah, well, all I saw were the things that were changed from the old games, the things that disappeared. All the little, all the aspects that would fall under attention to detail that had disappeared in favor of these graphics. Monster Hunter has always been proof that graphics are not everything. So, well, you can hope, Jenny. The Oyster Gem! Alrighty. How does it go from 5 views to 3? How does that happen? People just come in and then say things and then disappear. Like Milkshake. But Milkshake's had a bit of a change in life circumstances. He had a kid and, you know, life goes on, I guess. That's why I never check view counts. Because it pisses me off. It's annoying because you get a little bit of relief from the cold liquid and it lasts about a minute and then you're just sitting here like, it's so hot. Only takes a minute. Wow, 3 Teostra gems in 1 hunt. Admittedly it is G rank, but I'd say that's about equivalent to 1 or 2 gems in high rank. In terms of luck. Very nice. Alright, so this is a Teostra room, so I'm just going to move on to another room. We'll see what happens, as far as what our next hunt's going to be. Oh, you're still here, Milkshake, that's cool. I just said that because, usually you just pop in for a little while, just say hello and then continue on with your day, or your evening. Atalcar. Let's do it. I do like to do Atalcar every now and again. Not often, because I have fought him enough. He's one of those fights that really gets old, for me anyway. I think it's interesting the first time, and then by the 10th time it's like, oh, this is a bit so-and-so, or so-so, is what I meant to say. So-and-so is like a person. But, you're playing Bloodborne? Ugh. Alright. What would I like to use? Let's go Lance. I don't think I've ever lanced this monster. I may have, but I don't recall doing that. What is my Thunder Lance? That's Kirin, isn't it? I think so. Yeah, it is. I don't use this often on camera. I don't think you guys have seen me use this. I use the Kirin Lance in Monster Hunter Freedom, Monster Hunter Freedom Unite, and this game. It's a good lance. I like it. Okay. Yeah, most of my repeat viewers are lurkers, so it's one of those things. Defend high in insurance? I don't think insurance is going to be necessary. Or maybe it will be. Let's do it. Why not? Looks like these two are absolutely ready to go. What are you using? Well, I suppose we could 3-man, couldn't we? Okay. I mean, I look at it rather cynically in the sense that I think they're spinning on the spot as an indication that they really want to depart, but maybe they're just doing it for fun and nothing else. But they're going to have to wait anyway, because I think I'm going to combine for some Mega Potions. Wherever my honey is. Where is my honey? Well, we're about to find out how much we have. There's my honey. Oh, 60. Well, I guess I'll have to go and get more of that. I hate keeping on top of my honey in this game. Alright, let's depart. I wouldn't bear to keep you in here any longer. I'm kind of surprised as well, Milkshake. The surprise was, I suppose, ruined in the sense that I was expecting it based on the rumors and based on what everyone was saying. But as far as maybe had someone mentioned it a year ago, I would have thought, wow, really? Skyward Sword. But it's good. It's good. I think it's, again, the game deserves another chance to actually do something. And this is going to be Skyward Sword's final chance to not be shit. And it might fail again. We'll see what happens. So yeah, I really don't think I've ever lanced this monster. So this is interesting. I'm not going to try and break anything in particular. I don't think I'll be aiming for the back there. The abdomen, I guess you could say. I don't think that would be worthwhile. Because, well, I mean, you never know, I might need something from that. It's the, I forget the name of the material now. But it's this purple-coloured material that drops best if you break that. It is possible to get it in the quest rewards and also as a break, but, yeah. Do you usually do it that way? You don't usually do it that way, do you? I thought you would go under the ground and then come out of the ground with it. That was my understanding of it. Am I really gonna fucking attack this thing next to a switch axe user? I think I'm gonna regret it. Ram it up the arse, yeah, good idea. Can't do it quite so easily here in this situation though. I'll corkscrew jab the weak point. Let's go. I better not get flinched out of corkscrew jab. I was not. Which is good. Of course, good thing about corkscrew jab is that you do get god armor, as they call it. A good thing about just guild style lance as well, which is not what I'm using striker lance currently, is that you do have flinch resistance as far as your teammates are concerned when you do that heavy third thrust. But sadly I do not have that capability right now, but you know what, I don't want it because I'm sick of it now. I was on the fence about it the whole time I was using guild lance in this game, and now that I'm not using it, I'm happy. So while I am going to get flinched a little bit more, I can live with that. I'm going to take this opportunity to sharpen. Shut up, bloody insect. Stop that. Like, I swear to God, I had to spend that entire fucking mount doing that. Now I'm getting flinched by the slicing shots. It's just one thing after another, isn't it? Just affects my DPS, which I'd like to have as good as it can be when I'm 3-manning, but I don't know who applied that paralysis. I suppose it had to be the bow gunner, but yeah. Almost got another corkscrew jab, which is good. Oh, I am bouncing off that abdomen. Alright. Against my better judgment, I'm walking in here. Okay, that's fine. Let's go on up. We've got another corkscrew jab. I'm going to save it for the actual weak point. We're not going to be using it. Oh, for fuck's sake. What's the point? Corkscrew jab is very satisfying though. But yeah, there's basically no point in us even going up there because this guy can just pierce into the weak point and knock Atalkar down, so... The only reason why I agreed to 3-man this was precisely because we had a guy using Orcus Quarcus Pierce. Which is kind of the brainless way to just quickly destroy everything in this game. Look at this. What the fuck? This is a bit over the top. So this is the dangerous part of the hunt. This is usually where people die. But I think we'll be alright. This thing's not going to last very long at all. Unsurprisingly, the bowgunner extraordinaire can't flash worth a fuck. And the only reason why he managed to get that one off is because this game's quite lenient with that. At least more lenient than the other ones. Am I not bouncing here? Maybe I'm hitting something other than the abdomen. This is possible. I don't even know what... Oh, that's a defense down effect. That's why we're given adamant seeds. That's probably why I'm usually dying in this fucking spot. Well, not usually. Rather, if I do die, it's usually at this part. It's probably because of the defense down. Something fainted. I actually didn't even take notice of the fact that his name was something. Interesting name. I'm just aiming for whatever I can aim for, going for DPS over weak point damage. I'm not sure what kind of damage that final hit on Shield Assault is, but I'm assuming it's pretty good. It's probably better than the regular Lance Charge final strike. Like the thrust out of the charge, which was always good. That was some of the highest DPS. Well, not highest DPS, sorry. Some of the highest motion value you can get with the Lance from memory. But, so not the little small hits that occur when you're charging through the monster, but rather that final hit is quite good. But I'm assuming this is even stronger. It appears to have that effect at least. This is not going to last very long at all. Very good. That was almost... I mean, that was about 5 minutes. Almost sub 5. Had we 4-man, that would definitely have been sub 5. Atalkar pheromone. How can you carve a pheromone? I guess it's an organ that produces pheromones? I suppose that would be the explanation. Let's pick up some shinies, if we have any. No. It's fine. But yeah, this area reminds me a lot of one of the Monster Hunter Online monsters. I fought him only once. He was a very, very boring fight. It was this floating... I suppose you could... imagine... Amatsu Magatsuchi mixed with Ukanlos, if you can possibly imagine that. It was something Ukanlos looking, but it floated. Like Amatsu does, and it was a really boring hunt, and it was in an arena very much like this one, but at the end of the fight here, where you can actually see what's going on. So, I can't remember the name of it, because all of the names in Monster Hunter Online were fan-translated, and some of them were fucking weird. So, I don't think I can recall that one, but he was an Elder Dragon, I believe. And he was super, super boring. I mean, it was one of the most boring Elder Dragon fights I've done, really up there. They had some really weird monsters in that game. I fought Mephistopheles a few times, who was a, imagine Elatrion crossed with Fatalis. So basically, Fatalis body, but has control over many elements, and, you know, has sort of that glowing black dragon sort of look, much like Elatrion had. This was an Atulkar room, so I will move on once again. Let's see what we got. Acacia. Kapusi. Kapusi, please. I can't get you any Kapusi. Step 1 is to go out and stop playing Monster Hunter. Okay, White Fatalis, why are you telling me to be quiet before I've even entered the room? You are very rude. Turns, Johan Kelly. Oh no, it's Yoha Kelly. Yoha Kelly. Yoha Kelly? Yeah, maybe it's Yoha Kelly. Nice name. Chilling turn? As in, quests only in the frozen seaway? G4 Deviants? Ugh. What a why would you put... yeah, doesn't matter. Nobu and Nova. Okay. Oh. Savage Joe help. So the assistance in the Devil Joe quest is what's going to be Savage. Savage Joe help. Your assistance is so savage, Doomlink. 3 EX to go. And lots of exclamation marks. Stonefist EX? Sure. Let's do it. I will just, because I haven't fought Stonefist in a very long time, you know the last time I fought Stonefist was in Generations just prior, or sorry, just following the announcement of Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate. I was working on some things in Generations with the expectation that it would carry over into this game, which it of course did. And I was working on the Stonefist Longsword. Here it is right here. And I only got it to level 6 because I got so fucking sick of fighting Stonefist that I just wasn't willing to continue. So we're gonna go light bowgun, just because, again, Stonefist, not really sure how he fights. I can't really think of how he fights, so I'm going adept light bowgun for this EX hunt. I prefer to go adept light bowgun for all the EXs anyway. I don't have time to go Blade Master and have to deal with that shit. Ingle Isle. Wow. Okay. Apparently EX Stonefist doesn't mind a bit of lava. Fucking Stonefist. As I've said before, I don't know who the hell has time to kill all the EX monsters, like their own EX monsters in the game. To me, that has to be the most boring fucking endgame, because you're just fighting the same monster over and over and over again. To level up those quests, but, I mean, it is what it is. Okay. Insurance, what did I eat for, actually? Lucky Cat and Oracle? Why would I do that? Shit. Why would I do that? Why didn't I look for Moxie or Defender High? Or Moxie more than anything else. Lucky Cat and Oracle? Yeah, Feline Oracle. I'm gonna know exactly where that monster is at the start of the quest. For fuck's sake. Well, whatever. Must have suddenly had a mental blank and forgotten that I was actually hunting an EX monster and I needed to pay attention to what I was eating. Whatever. Probably gonna need to take a trip to the bathroom soon. Not that I'm feeling the need to, but I probably will, because I just drained that can of sparkling water. And now I just wait until I start feeling hot again, which will start happening fairly soon. As I've said before, EX rooms usually bring, you know, Hunter rank 999s, because they're so crushingly bored with the game that the only way they can have fun is by fighting an EX monster. Or by just, you know, Orcus Quarkus piercing everything in the fucking game. Which I do see quite often with those people. I mean, it's very telling of the sort of person who continues to play the game. Get you a beer. I'd like to get you a beer. But I cannot. We are so geographically distant that that would be unreasonable. I don't know what point I was trying to make there. It's telling of a person who continues to play the game. I'm going to retract that. Because I can't make a connection between those two things. I've never, in all of my years of doing a commentary, 12 years now, I've never said something and then been like, okay, I'm going to retract that because that makes no sense. But it's happened here, folks, because I just realized, no, I don't agree with that. Oh yeah. Well, I do have whiskey. This is from last night. I can have it now. You're having scotch? So am I. It's backwards though. I'm actually really surprised that no one's joining. That's really weird. Usually I get people in EX rooms pretty quickly. I'd say they're in high demand. Or at least they were. Until the Chinese attacked. Which isn't true, incidentally. For context, I mean, you know, when the Chinese started flooding this game because World got banned in China. And you know what? The question that always follows when I mention World getting banned in China is, why did it get banned in China? There is no answer to that question, that's the irony. Because they just arbitrarily ban whatever the fuck they want in that country. So that's China. Gotta love them. This is starting to get, yes, World was banned in China. It happened, I can't remember if it was during the month of release or a month later, but it was around that time. No, it wasn't. I'm getting my timelines confused. I can't remember if Generations Ultimate... It must have happened after Generations Ultimate released, because I recall a time before the Chinese were here, and then a time after they had arrived. And I associated that with the banning of World in China. I don't think that's a stretch at all. I think it makes sense that if they wanted to play a Monster Hunter game, and their only option became this, then they'd all flood onto here. The reason why I can very comfortably make that assumption is because I never saw Chinese in any Monster Hunter game prior to this one. So... But yeah, maybe it's no longer banned in China. It's possible that they've lifted that. But it was randomly banned. It might have been, you know, they probably didn't agree with something. Some fucking, update. That's probably what it was. I mean, maybe the base game was fine. What I want to know is who the Chinese guy just playing all these games and deciding, no, the Chinese people cannot have this. I want that guy's job. That sounds like fun. Just being the guy saying, no, no. There's an obscure reference that could possibly be construed as maybe, I don't know. That looks kind of like our border with Mongolia. Anyway. Possibly. Yeah, it's possible. Some kind of possibly anti-Chinese propaganda or pro something they didn't like propaganda. I'm sorry, Rhea, but I'm gonna have to leave this room if no one joins because I'm live. I can't be sitting here in a room for 15 minutes doing nothing. I mean, I can sit here and talk, but people don't like me sitting here and talking. They like action. I mean, even if I sit here and hunt the whole time, they leave. So, imagine sitting here and talking and doing nothing except for that. Then I'm really causing problems for myself. Silverwind, baby. How about a big fat no? Red Diablo. Red Diablo. He was never called Red Diablos. Even in Double Cross he was called Massacre Diablos. Red Diablos. Never seen that before. Someone calling it red. How hard is it just to... I would say DEV full stop Diablo, short for Deviant. Battlefield 4 was banned? That I can kind of understand because that relates to the real world, like those are actual countries at war in Battlefield 4, just those sort of real world first-person shooter games. I didn't play the campaign of Battlefield 4, so I don't know what went on in it, but that makes a little more sense than a game like Monster Hunter World. Why would Monster Hunter World be banned? It's weird. I'm sure there's a reason. Whether or not it's a good reason is a different story, but... Taking turns... Krauser and Skull. Well, they're a bit German. Let's play with the Germans. They're always good at Monster Hunter. Unlike the French. Nothing against the French, but anyone who's played with them knows. They know. The Germans and the Spanish, oh, they knew what they were doing. Even the Italians were pretty good. The French? No. No, not at all. It was a very strange experience to witness that for the first time. A whole country of people unable to play Monster Hunter. Never understood it. I don't really want to do a high rank hyper, but I guess we can. If it were high rank anything else, I wouldn't do it, but if it's hyper, sure. The US, Russia, and China fighting, yeah. I'm not surprised they banned that. If they were willing to ban World, I'm not surprised they banned Battlefield 4. What would I like to use? Maybe something a little fun. Sword and Shield, there we go. Whenever I can fight a monster that is not proper G-rank level, or at least, you know, not endgame G-rank level, I know what I'm whipping out. Could even go Poison. Use the Lunatic Thorn, which reminds me. Let's check my Meowster Hunters. You guys might know that I'm often checking this. Of course, it's not rare in the fucking Tundra. It's never rare in the fucking Tundra. I need low or high rank rare in the Tundra. Every time I fucking check, it's never rare. Never, 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 never. And I need some stupid fucking Meowster Hunter item to finish my status set. My status set has been sitting there. I mean, it's not my original status set. I had one that was based around Death Grip for a while. And then I decided to make a general use status set. Big fucking mistake. Because it requires a Meowster Hunter item. Which, it's from the Tundra. And I'm telling you now, the Meowster Hunter system, if you want something specific from the Meowster Hunters, good fucking luck. It sucks, okay? Oh. Okay, well, yeah. Not at all surprised that it was banned in China. I'd be deeply shocked if they didn't ban it. Deeply shocked. But yeah, I want that job. I want the guy's job who plays the video game and decides whether or not it's okay for public consumption. That would be good fun. That'd be very good. My chroma key. I don't know how long it's been fucked. Although it wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad. Ah, Lunatic Thorn. Oh, I love using Sword and Shield. I just don't do it enough anymore because, again, my defense is just awful with Sword and Shield here. So, oh, it's hitting 700, which is a surprise. Often isn't hitting 700. Already poisoned. Alright. Yeah, I was playing a bit of Battlefield 4 just recently. I tried to get Ethan into it and he was not feeling it. Most games that I try to get Ethan into, he doesn't want any of it. He just happened to have it, so... I mean, had he bought it, it would have been a colossal waste of money. He was done after about 30 minutes. We were playing Conquest games. Alright. Although there were a combination of issues at work there. Mostly to do with sort of mouse and keyboard. He feels disadvantaged if he uses a controller against people who use mouse and keyboard, but then he gives himself even more of a disadvantage by using something he's not comfortable with against people with mouse and keyboard. In other words, mouse and keyboard. And the result is kind of inevitably not good. But he still plays fine. I don't really know what bothers him so much. I'm not going to get into discussions about that. I just didn't want to frame it as he just doesn't want to play anything. Don't know why. Oh, it's because it's hyper. I was wondering why his eyes were so dark. Probably should have applied Chaos Oil first. Oh well. Let's do it now. Once he comes up. He's not going to last too long, I don't think. Again, it's high rank, but at least it's hyper. At least it's hyper. You can tell they're German because the monster's actually glitching around, and I don't often see that. I don't often see that in this game, where the monster is glitching. But yeah, they're fucking European, alright. That was a flinch. Aha. Yes, I know. I'm not saying that he's wrong about that. But my point is that he's not comfortable with mouse and keyboard, so he'd actually end up being better off using controller. Which is always an option. There's partial controller support for pretty much any PC game that you're playing. Partial controller support being, for the core gameplay you can do it on controller, but certain selections have to be made with the mouse. At least I'm assuming that EA games have that functionality. Maybe EA doesn't care. Maybe EA is like, no controllers on PC. It's EA, so I wouldn't put anything past them. They're a bunch of dirty bastards. What was the other company that really fell out of favour recently? Ubisoft. They've had their ups and downs as well. Dirty bastards. All of them are dirty bastards, even Capcom. They can't make a balanced Monster Hunter game if you fucking put a gun to their head and said, do it. They wouldn't do it. Because they can't. Fucking Capcom. Anyway. They did something right, because this is my favourite game series, so... yeah. They obviously did something right. It's not all bad. Alright. I have almost no high rank Nibble Snarf stuff, as it so happens. Which makes sense, I haven't done too many high rank quests at all. EA games have controller support? Good to know. But I don't think I'll be getting Ethan back into Battlefield 4. I told you guys the story with Ethan present about Dauntless. It was really, really funny. That experience was so funny because he hated it so much. Again, we played for about 30 minutes, maybe not even 30, probably sitting around 15 to 20 minutes of Dauntless, and he was like, I'm done, I'm not doing this. And we had to jump through a few hurdles to get there. I had to make an Epic Games account, which I never wanted to do, but I did it for Dauntless, and I'll tell you what, like, yeah. I mean, it's just a really, really average MMORPG, free to play. It's not very good at all, and there's almost nothing about it that's comparable to Monster Hunter. Almost nothing at all. Is this... yeah, this is a turns room, isn't it? I'm sorry guys, I can't hunt with you because you are actually German, and my connection to you is awful. G2 key quests... no. No. Turn. Yeah, let's join a turns room. I'm getting to the point now where I probably should do that. My stomach is rumbling. It's like, no, I want food, not whiskey. Sorry, stomach. I know I do nasty things to you. But you are resilient. At least now. Because I still have youth on my side. Alrighty, paint it gold. Which is ironic because it's not actually Furious Raja, who is always gold. What would I like to use? Let's go bow. Come on, baby. In second generation, I usually go spread bow for Rajang, but I might go rapid. Looks like this is my... thunder. Ice is what we want. You know what confused me there? It's because... they didn't depart, did they? No, they wouldn't have. No. I just didn't see any of them up there, so for that split second it confused me. What I was thinking of was the... because I saw Sagittarius, and in my head I thought of the Daora bow. What is my fucking ice rapid bow? Could be Hailstorm. It is Hailstorm. I don't know why, but I thought Hailstorm was Absolute Deviance. I had them confused in my head. Did it say that I... oh no. Whatever. Interesting bow design though, isn't it? I think it's quite nice. Okay. So we want some coatings. I'm so sorry, ladies and gentlemen, that you have to wait for me, but that's what happens. With old Doomlink, he takes about 2 minutes on average to get ready for a quest. And I used to be one of the faster ones back in the old days. Back in the old days, 5 minutes for most people to get ready for a quest. In this game, instantaneous. I'm ready now. I want to hunt now. That's what it's like. That's pretty much the community of this game in a nutshell, what I just said. I'm ready now. Hunt. Whoa. Don't know if you saw that. That was scary. Felt like I was going to be thrown out of the quest because I couldn't ready up fast enough. Yeah. The reason why you got a notification for Zelda is because I had... oh, thanks for the ping, Faustos. You got a notification for Zelda because I was a little bit distracted by something in my stream settings, and I'd actually managed to forget to finalize the stream settings for Monster Hunter, so I went live with Zelda, which is probably why there's no one fucking watching, because no one watches Zelda, but, or at least not A Link to the Past, I should say. But, that's alright. I can live with that. Anyone who's on my Discord knows that I have gone live in Monster Hunter, not Zelda. Okay. Hello. Got load up here. Just doing hip firing in situations like those. Maybe I'll... Wait, what are my stats here? Yeah, element's better. Alright, now keep away from me, my friend. I don't really consider you my friend. I hate you. I've never liked you. I mean, you're an interesting hunt, but I've never liked you. Whoa. You're glitching a little bit, man. Accidents do happen. Oh god, it's getting dark outside. That's alright. Fuck. Running out of stamina now. Can you not? I'm actually shocked that his first slam down was so close to where he'd begun his attack. Thanks for the heal. Alright. We want Mega Dash Juice. Because I'm having stamina troubles. I'll shoot you in the arse, I don't really mind. There we go, got a bit of a shot off on the horn there. The connection is really not able to handle that slam attack right now. Very good. Let's switch to power. Get ready to hit that head. Does he roll over on the knockdown? Yes, he does. And his fucking arms are gonna block the head. Fucking dickhead. Fortunately, because Rapid is quite pinpoint, I can, for the most part, get around those giant fists and biceps of it. Of course. I miscalculated where he was shooting, so I ended up kind of rolling into that. Which is less than ideal. Alrighty. No, you fucking don't. He was aggressively after me there. I fucking hate how his stupid arms block everything in this fucking game. I truly hate that. It's not fun. I just want my stuff to hit him. I need like a drive stone at this point. Like a drive wyvern stone. Not wyvern stone, wire stone, sorry. They call it wire stone so as not to confuse it with the actual wyvern stone item. We've got 2 deaths, which is just fucking dandy. I have to attack the back legs because... well, tactical retreat was kind of unnecessary there, wasn't it? Okay, you're doing this again, just great. Yeah, you're glitching all over the fucking place. I'm not liking this hunt. This has been a fucking joke. Right when I probably would have been able to make use of tactical retreat a little better. This hunt, if you want an evaluation of this hunt by way of a score, I'd give it about a 4 out of 10. Fuck this hunt. No, that's a bit generous. Let's give it a 3. What are my thoughts on the Monster Hunter movie? I haven't watched it personally, but I've had pretty much all the events of the movie explained to me. And it sounds pretty fucking bad. The trailer looked like shit. I mean, everything looked like shit. Anyone who was expecting something decent must have a really low standard for movies in general. I mean, it was obvious that it was just going to be very generic, very uninspired. Look at this. Fucking hell, man. Why am I getting such a terrible connection to these hunters? Maybe all the Europeans are out today. What the fuck is going on? I mean, usually I have better connection than this. And I'm sure I've played with Europeans before and not had this happen. So I'm not sure what's really going on. That's one thing I hadn't even fucking considered. I was previously downloading something on Steam, just automatically. It was fucking Tales from the Borderlands. that was just randomly fucking updating, and I thought, shit, I need to make sure I'm not downloading that still when I go live, and I didn't make sure. So, yeah, hopefully I didn't go live while that was still downloading, because that would probably negatively impact the stream, but no one said anything, so hopefully everything was fine. That's what I'm hoping anyway. Okay. Bit out of critical distance there, but whatever, go down there. He doesn't do as many laser beams in this game as he does in 2nd gen, which makes his 2nd gen form much easier to deal with, because that laser beam is a really good opportunity to hit the head if you're going ranged, and just in general, just a good opportunity to hit him, because he's staying in one place for a while with a very directional attack. Try to get that head if we can. There we go. Cool. Managed to get the first hit off on that one. Stop aiming with the fucking arms, shit. I hate those arms, the way they just block everything. It's incredibly frustrating. Yeah, I mean, it's, for me, it seems like one of those movies that I can't really laugh at, because it's more of a cringe than a haha, this is funny. There is a line that's drawn where something can get so bad where it's just not funny, it's just pure cringe, and I think that's the experience that I would have with the Monster Hunter movie. It's just such a fucking insult to the series, and just so generally terrible that I don't want to partake in the viewing of that thing. That thing. So, yeah, I won't be doing it. Let's drop some bombs. Of course, bombing the head isn't really important, it's just a good spot to rely on other people to drop the bombs in the same place. Are you fucking kidding me? Yeah, he's going for the capture. The reason why I say, are you fucking kidding me, is because, well, you know, some people don't have that basic understanding that Rajang is weak to, or rather resistant to, pitfall traps unless he is enraged. But, whatever. Can you fucking stop? Fuck's sake. Dink with Monster Hunter movie depression. Yeah, exactly. For me, I would just see it as nothing more than an insult to the series, and I just wouldn't want to see it. It's fucking shocking, because if you type Monster Hunter into Google search, world isn't the top option. The movie is the top option. The fucking movie! I mean, that's a great way to insult the whole series. The funny thing is, what people don't seem to realize is that if it weren't for World being what it was, the Monster Hunter movie wouldn't even exist. To me, the Monster Hunter movie is just an extension of everything wrong with the mere existence of World, because there would be no reason for a movie to come out for Monster Hunter if it weren't for World's success. And World's success was purely on account of how accessible it was made to the general population of gamers. So, you know, the whole existence of World to me shouldn't have happened. I think the whole thing's a mistake. I think it should have stayed a niche, and etc, etc, etc. People who need to have their good games handed to them on a silver platter by way of mass advertising are the people who don't deserve to play the good games. And I'll tell you what, Monster Hunter should have stayed a niche for that reason, so that's the way I look at it. Not everyone will agree, but that's just the way it is in my mind. I feel like I'm missing one item, maybe not. Yeah, it seems fine. Alright, what are we doing next? Actually, I'm not hunting with you people. You've got fucking shit connection. Maybe I'm the one with a shit connection. It is possible. But just in case it's not, I'm gonna move on. Talisman farm? No. Deviant blue crab. Okay. Red helm. Oh, red helm G3. I'll join for that. Although this will probably be a... it'll be more than one monster here. Yeah, Gaijin Hunter is... he's weird. Because I'm pretty sure he, like me, really hated World, and then he suddenly just started playing World. Either he had a change of heart, or he was desperate for the attention that he would get by playing World, but... if you people could develop, like, some level of patience, that'd be great. But yeah, I don't know how you could have a change of heart on World. I feel like the only way you can have a change of heart is by going from disliking it, or rather going from liking it to disliking it, not the other way around. But, whatever. Guess we could join this. This is a different turns room. Never watched Gaijin Hunter myself, but, according to people, Gaijin Hunter also hates World, so, or hated, I suppose. What's up, says Spoopus, or what up, is what he actually said. What up? Don't really know how to answer that question. Let's go longsword. Should we go dragon? Yeah, let's go dragon. Why the hell not? Yeah, the Monster Hunter movie is just, I mean, to make a video about everything wrong with the Monster Hunter movie in the context of the franchise is kind of, it's very easy. I mean, that is just material after material. I mean, you wouldn't even... yeah, it's almost overwhelming how much there is in that movie, just from what I heard, that is just a massive insult to the series, but, I suppose it's worth making the video if people actually don't realise how bad it is. But I think everyone does. I think everyone realises that it's pretty shit. Vernon thinks it's fine. Like, not bad, not particularly good. He just thinks it's fine. Nothing wrong with it. Which is a very, very, very positive way to look at it. So there you go. Let's get igneous. Yes, let's. What a good idea. I've been live for an hour and 13 minutes. That was a fairly fast hour and 13 minutes. Oftentimes when I check the time in a live stream and I see that it's an hour, I'm like, oh shit. It took that long to get the first hour done. That was when I was having less fun playing this game. It comes in waves. Sometimes I really enjoy it, and then other times I'm just like, oh, end me. Has more to do with the community than the experience of playing the game itself, however. I did fight you in the previous video. It was either the previous one or the one before that. But I did fight Hyper Rathalos somewhat recently. I'm gonna get hit by that fireball. Oh, I'm so stupid. I shouldn't have just comboed into a dangerous spot like that, but I did, because I'm a mindless longsword user. If I were in Hunsterverse, I would have gotten Silence Longsworded for that. There's an emote with some guy wearing the Raytheon helmet, and it just says Silence Longsword. Silence LS. It's about to be removed from Hunsterverse, but I think people are going to donate to put it back in. Or they're going to buy it in the Hunsterverse store, that's what they're going to do. Every time Silence Longsword is removed, people are going to put it back in. The reason why it's getting voted out is because people are getting sick of being Silence Longsworded. Because, you know, they're longsword users, and then whenever they post a screenshot of them playing the game, people just react with Silence Longsword. It's a pretty, you know, basic, low-level meme, but I enjoy it. Sticking it to the longsword users, you know. That's why it's getting voted out. It's hurting the longsword user's feelings. I think at this point we may as well do Unhinged Spirit because I'm having problems actually getting my charge up. Probably because I suck. I understand how you feel about that, Trash, but for me, if you were someone like me who was really desperate to enjoy it, and just time and time again you were left disappointed, you reach the point where you've become so emotionally raped by the game that you couldn't possibly have a change of heart. It's just one of those things. So, I'm getting hit like crazy. But yeah, I liken my experience with World to emotional rape, because no matter what happened, I was just constantly left so broken by how bad it was, by how soulless it was. That's what it comes down to. It has no soul. It's like a fucking... I don't even know how to describe it. It's Monster Hunter without soul, without the essence of Monster Hunter. It's just this pretty little fucking expression of Monster Hunter that everyone likes because it's pretty, and that's about it. But it's not real. It's like a fucking... Anyway. I'm very up and down on World. Sometimes I'm either neutral to it or deeply hateful. But I will never play it again. At least, not until I can experience nostalgia with it. That was good. I don't think you're going to last too long, Mr. Rattler. There's another one. And we've already got Unhinged Spirit back, which is good. I'm gonna get hit. Ah! It didn't give me Monster Hunter Blue Balls because I was continuing to play other Monster Hunter games at the time. But it definitely left me feeling a bit, this one is small. I didn't even mean to fucking send that. For Christ's sake, it's more like a... It could even be a silver crown. It's actually decently sized. Do I have... Whoops, wrong shout. I think I do. Yeah. Whoops, wrong shout. Okay. Cougar Town, baby, says that guy. Okay. But yeah, it was disappointing. I was very excited for World at the time. It was Monster Hunter on the consoles, which was where Monster Hunter always belonged. Full integrated online, full communication, as I imagined in my mind, with other people. You know, it was always hard on the DS. You had to fucking tap on the screen like a dickhead. Couldn't free type in quests. In the PSP games, there was no communication at all, except on whatever ad hoc service you were using to connect with people, and it was, you know, Monster Hunter belonged on consoles. And then I come in, and then next thing you know, it's just streamlined, pretty version of Monster Hunter. And it didn't bother me at first. I was taking it as a, you know, when you're first playing a game, you need to take time to absorb everything. You can't just immediately be like, I don't like this, I don't like that. You have to just take it all in. And the process of doing that is enjoyable in and of itself, because it's like an adventure. But after the first 4 weeks, maybe 5 weeks of World, has it released, I started to really stop enjoying it. And just slowly but surely, everything that was wrong with it started to flood into my mind. Like, wow, this is no longer here, and how does that affect the experience? Majorly. And then I'd keep having these sort of epiphanies, and it was just... It was rough, and I was the only one having those. Everyone else was still, I suppose, hypnotized by the beauty of the game, and it is a beautiful game, and certainly was at the time. was very nice to play a Monster Hunter game that felt so smooth and looked so amazing, but I realized that that's really the only thing that was going for it. Everything else was gone. It was like a hollowed out husk of a Monster Hunter game. But they've decorated the husk. That's what it looked like. What is it, my turn? I guess what? Skip me. Or what? Fucking know. Just go again, spoopers. You post. But I need to take a trip to the bathroom because that sparkling water went straight through me. I'll be back in a moment. I'm back. What do we got here? Oh god. Kezu. My favourite hunt. My absolute favourite. Okay. So, I probably want to go ranged, do I? Most likely. Or I could just go Insect Glaive. Yeah, let's do Insect Glaive. Something a little different. I can't remember the last time I went Insect Glaive on a Kezu. That is an interesting thought. I don't think I really have. Maybe once, ever. Maybe 3 times. Twice in 4 Ultimate, once in this game. Random guess. Okay. There we go. Oracle and Exchanger. More aiming for the Exchanger than the Oracle, to be honest. Okay. That should be all good. Let's get going. That guy's... Is that the Glavenus Longsword? I don't think I've ever seen the Glavenus Longsword. I must have at some point. But we've got 2 Glavenus weapons and 2 Bloodbath weapons, which is good. Looks like we've got heavy raw and also good element with good raw, so that's nice. Hello Spaceman, good to see you. Okay. And we're making our way up here. I do like this little area, it's quaint. Although the way this tree is shaking is fucking weird. It almost hurts my eyes. Almost. Doesn't quite. Where are you going, Alejandro? What's she doing? Or Alejandro. Not Alejandro. There would be a J there. Fucking J for H. Gotta be kidding me. I've never understood that, nor have I appreciated it. J and Ya, I can live with. But, huh? Gotta be kidding me. Alright. Shut up. Yeah, I know, you're giving me lots of white. I'm getting sick of it already. Where's my orange? The wings? Oh no, the legs. Or whatever the fuck that was, I don't even know. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Trying to get them out as soon as possible. Missing most of my mounting attacks. The hitbox on the mounting attack is much smaller in this game too, as I've noticed. In this fucking game, by the time I get my first mount off, I'm almost out of my fucking colours. It's really, really annoying. There we go. So watch this, by the time we actually drop this guy, I'm going to be practically out of my colours, and I hate that. Alright, what have we got? Oh, it's not too bad, I can usually get a full combo off. Yeah, looks like I was being a bit dramatic. But seriously, it does take quite a bit longer in this game, which is fine, I understand why. It did almost single-handedly ruin the online experience of 4 Ultimate to have mounts so easy to achieve. I'm not going to be doing mounts anymore. But I can do aerials just for situations such as these. There we go. Let's use Extract Hunter now. Just while I've got him stuck in one place. Hey Pablo. Good morning to you as well. Or good evening, I suppose it would be for you. Alright. Let's go aim for that head. Stop it, Mr. Longsword. Silence, Longsword. Get moving, shit. Insect Blade is one of those weapons that sometimes you can get really stuck in a combo. That was an example right there. I was wanting to get away from him as he was about to advance forward with his lightning attack, but almost wasn't able to do it in time. Almost wasn't able to do it in time. There we go. That's what you call enunciating correctly. Alright, we've got Extract Hunter again. I mean, Extract Hunter just completely changes the way you use Insect Blade. Honestly destroys the balance of it, but there you go. Capcom destroying the balance of weapons. Never seen that before. Of course it's my choice to use it, and I do use it. I don't hate it. I just think it would be better if it wasn't in the game. But I'll use it anyway. Alright, am I going to get hit by the follow-up? No. Because I'm standing in a good spot. But you can see Extract Hunter 3 lasts for a really long time, and unless you're actually retarded, you will have it charged up again by the time it's over. So that's how it works. I was very close to hitting me. Oh my god, look at the damage of that. No, that was a little dangerous, I will admit. Yeah, not a fan of Khezu either, are you? No one should be. I don't know who likes Khezu. He's not a good monster, he's never been a good monster. I think the damage for throwing the Kinsect for Extract Hunter is also very good. I think my Thunder Res is -20 against Khezu. A Hyper Khezu. Kill him. Kill him. But yeah, the Thunder defense that I have is pretty pathetic. Fortunately, it hasn't resulted in anything too awful. I mean, I did have to use a lot of potions there because each time I do get hit, it's most of my health, so there you go. That was a good hunt. Quick and easy. That filthy fucking thing. You know, it wasn't until about 2 years ago, well I guess it was 3 years ago now, that I realised that Khezu has teeth back here. How disgusting is that? Can you fucking believe he's got teeth in there? That is so gross. Just thought I'd let you enjoy that for a little while, because if I have to know that it exists, you do too. Most people don't know, but I found out while playing Freedom Unite about 3 years ago that he has teeth in there. And it was fucking disgusting. It was a disgusting realization to make. Alright. Kazu special cut. And another special cut. I believe special cut is the rare, but it's not so rare, clearly. Just got 2 in 1 hunt, but I guess that doesn't necessarily mean that it's not rare, but yeah, it's not that significant that I got 2. Alright. I've only made 1 fashion-based transmog set, player 2. I told him to... Oh, they want me to say skip. So yeah, skip me. I've only made 1 transmog set. The reason why I don't go into transmog in this game is because it takes a lot of time to go into transmog. It's my rapid elements set. It doesn't look that amazing, but it's about... This is the closest thing to fashion that I've got in this game. All transmogged. This was one of my first G-rank sets, actually. Which was why I took the time to transmog it, and then I realized, wow, transmog in this game takes a bit too much time, and I don't think I could be bothered. And, yeah. That's how it is. I find Damascus really matches the, what is this? Is it Lodestar? Yeah, Lodestar. Matches it quite nicely. The only thing I don't like is that red badge on the chest. But other than that, it's very nice. It's very purple. Purple is my favourite colour. Incidentally, it's Justin Bieber's favourite colour too, so... I'm so close to Justin. We have the same preferences, oh my god. Don't ask me how I know that. I've got no idea how I know that that's Justin Bieber's favourite colour. Just remember reading that somewhere. It's fucking weird. Anyway. Yeah, it is very expensive as well. Alright. Did anyone post or what? 1 minute, says Alejandro. Well, come on, man. I am live here. I like to keep the downtime as limited as possible. Why you gotta mention him? Well, it's true. I must. Where did I read it? I must have just... I don't know, man. I can tell you right now, it was not information that I was searching for. But I happened to read it somewhere and it's been embedded in my mind because it's a little bit fucking traumatizing to find out that you have the same favourite colour as Justin fucking Bieber. Nothing against him personally, but my god. Anyone who was there for his debut in the music industry knows that it was, you know, it's not a good thing to share anything with Justin Bieber. Anyway. Oh, Bieber. Remember that haircut? That fucking bowl on his head. Anyway. Come on, Alejandro. At this rate, I'm gonna tell Spoopus to host again. Give him 3 in a row, Christmas come early. Or Christmas come late. What have we got? Something wicked. Here we go. This is interesting. Hyper Gormagala. I don't think I've done this recently. Alright. What would I like to use? Gun lance. That's blunt lance, not gun lance. Read that as... Well, we could do blunt lance, why not? When was the last time I used this set on camera? What the shit? don't think I've used this set in a very, very long time on camera. Let's do it. This is my Blunt Lance set. I'm using the Holy Protector Lance. It's very good for this set. It's sitting on 385 prior to entering the quest. Keeping in mind, I've mentioned this before, but the damage that you have outside of a quest is always going to be lower because Bludgeoner will only apply its additional damage when you're in a quest. So this will turn to maybe 420 as soon as I go into quest. Maybe 410. But yeah, if you're seeing 385 here, it's not going to be 385 when you go into the quest. Looking for Exchanger, always looking for Exchanger. I can forego skills for exchange, or, you know, other boosts. Here we go. This is... yes, it is fresh. It's not fresh ingredients in this game, it's... it's really weird. So it used to be that you'd get better boosts with fresh ingredients. In this game, you get better boosts if the chef is fired up. I guess it means that he's excited to cook a particular dish? I don't know. It's fucking weird to me. Why change it from fresh ingredients to the chef is fired up? It's fucking weird. Like, what kind of change is that? Yeah, fresh ingredients gives me better boosts. Makes sense to me. The chef is fired up? Now you've lost me. Now you've lost me, Capcom. Shaquille O'Neal is size 22 in shoes. Okay. It is a day of random facts. Right. Oh. Well, I've gone and forgotten to go Striker with this. Well, if you wanted to see Guild Lance again, here it is. I fucking hate it personally, but... well, I've come to hate it. I was very much on the fence originally, but now I'm like, yeah, I really prefer regular Lance. Oh well. Sort of, it feels appropriate with Blunt Lance to be doing that heavy attack, but I really would prefer Striker Lance, I think. I do like this set though. I mean, it's an opportunity to use a weapon that I normally would never use. The Holy Protector Lance, no way. But with a set like this, yeah, absolutely. And really, it's not a terrible lance design. Some people really like those more realistic weapon designs. Simple, realistic. I don't mind them either. If I had to choose between ultra anime looking and realistic, I'd probably go realistic. My preference is somewhere in between. Not too ultra anime looking and something that could possibly exist in the real world. Maybe not in the real world. Oh god. No, I haven't. Trash. Whoop. Mainly because I don't know. I'm tall and I've got my shoulders are kind of broad. I suppose, you know, I've got a masculine appearance. I'm not slight of figure. I'd rather not have broad shoulders. I've never really liked any masculine appearance that I may have, but... whoop. But yeah, it does have its benefits. People tend to fuck with you less, physically. But, that's not to say I'm a fucking beefcake. I'm definitely not. Well, shielding that one. But I haven't really worn a mask, really. Australia's been pretty good with the whole virus situation. Masks have only been mandatory for like 2 weeks out of the entire coronavirus thing, so yeah, just haven't worn one. Technically I am, but not really. There goes the tail. Alright. I've got corkscrew jab at the ready. It was fairly easy to get it off reliably going up against Adolkar, but in this case, I do have to be careful. This is an example of where I would want to use it, but I am a little far. Let's see if we can get it off. Come on, baby. I think we got about 80% of that off. Not too bad at all. Alright. Aim for that face. Not that I'm going to be able to do much if I'm getting hit by this longsword extraordinaire. This wonder boy. Silence longsword. Is that a mount? No, just a knockdown. This guy's hitting me more than he's hitting the monster, I swear to God. Just when I was talking about the benefits of, you know, having flinch resistance on that third hit, I'm getting flinched prior to even reaching the third hit, which is kind of annoying. Alright. One of the things about blunt weapons is because there is a visual effect of a blunt impact, it feels as if you're not really doing much damage. It's kind of, it's one of the visual feedback aspects to blunt weaponry. Even if you're using bludgeoner and bitter affinity and things like that, that makes you feel like you're really not that damaging. See, it's that, I guess sparks that fly that would indicate a blunt impact. That fucking wire thing is pissing me off because it's flinching me. Alright, so we've got tail over here, which I haven't yet carved. When I play Portable Third, I often have to deal with people who really just don't know what the fuck they're doing. There's one particular person on Hunsterverse, I'm going to name them. His or her name is JK, currently, and uses a Kaguya avatar from Kaguya-sama 1. Kokurasetai? Or is it Kokurasetai? Oh, my Japanese has failed me today. But, anyway. I think it's Kokurasetai. But then, confession is Kokuraku. So it must be Kokurasetai. Anyway, this person, JK, has some sort of compulsion to shit on you in a hunt. Not because they actually want, I guess it's wrong to say they have a compulsion to shit on you in a hunt. They have a compulsion to do things in a hunt that shit on the entire team. And this person doesn't give a damn. Just one example of a person. And there are a few others who do it, but the first time I actually encountered this person's way of playing was I was going hammer against a green Naga Cougar, and he was shelling the head with a gun lance. Shelling the head! While I'm trying to hammer this thing. Every time I'd get close to the head, I would get shelled away from it. And it was so infuriating, and then I didn't play with the guy for a little while. And I'd completely forgotten about that incident. And then, the next time I played with him, I was using... what was I using? I was using a Blade Master weapon, and I was getting constantly lance charged by this fucking guy in the hunt, and I was like, who is this? And then I realized it's the same person who was shelling me away from the head during that Naga hunt, like, weeks ago. Which I had, again, completely forgotten about until I was reminded of the last time I was thrown away from a monster so much in a hunt. and it was the same fucking person. And, you know, it's not just me. The other guy we were hunting with was getting thrown off by this person constantly lance charging. And it's just, there are certain ways that you play in Monster Hunter that fuck with teammates, and what you do is you adjust the way you're playing to make it so that other people can hunt without getting thrown away from the monster. And this was an example of a person who, unless they're fucking blind, was able to see that not just me, but other people were also getting thrown away from the monster by what they were doing, and this person made no attempt whatsoever to adjust the way that they played. Now, this to me does not smack of inexperience. It's rather an indication of almost just disrespect, self-centeredness, just no real regard for a team environment. It's not, you know, it's not important for this person to actually take care with what they do to ensure that their teammates are not, you know, they don't have their experience totally ruined because they're constantly getting thrown away from a monster. So, yeah, that's basically, that's something I've had to deal with. I mean, in Portable Third in Hunsterverse, it is kind of where all the idiots congregate, because they're mostly inexperienced and they play the easier Monster Hunter just to start off with. But, as I've said time and time again in the past, there are certain aspects to learning how to play a game that fall under game knowledge, and there are others that fall under common sense. If you're shitting on your teammates, common sense would tell you that you need to do something a little different. This doesn't arrive in the mind of this particular person. Like, they don't arrive to that conclusion that they need to do something different. They're just like, oh, I'm playing the game. I'm hunting. I don't know. And I don't see it as much these days, but when I go and play Portable Third in Hunsterverse, yeah, I see it. Real ignorance. Well, I guess we're moving on. I was reminded of that because Pablo suggested that I run over the guy with my lance. And it reminded me of the time when I was getting lance charged in a Giganox quest. Poggers. Why would you name a room Poggers? It's not 2018. Anyway. You know, when it was still new and exciting, and even then I never cared. Raytheon Mantle? Yeah, sure. This is just regular Raytheon, isn't it? This is a TED. This is a TED talk, yeah. Sure. I could do a TED talk on the community of Monster Hunter and about how they're fucking useless. Did you just go and solo that quest because he was sick of waiting? Maybe he was just... Yeah, maybe he was just rotating his quests or getting new food or something like that. You don't see it as much in this game, but... that is something you can do. Oh, there's Exchanger again. Just working on ranking up at the moment because there's nothing else that I'm really focusing on in the game. My guild card has been worked on to my satisfaction, and I've never really focused on my guild card. The only thing that I've ever cared about with my guild card is this: getting all of my weapons to flat on the first filter. That's all I've ever cared about with a guild card. I don't care about awards, I don't care about all the things in this particular game that you can see on a guild card that can be taken to 100%. I don't care about any of that. I've always ever cared about weapon uses. So... yeah. And in the case of that person that I was talking about from Hunsterverse, JK, who plays Portable Third almost exclusively, but I think I've seen him or her play in Freedom Unite as well. Japanese person also, to my understanding. But I don't know if it's JK as to indicate that he/she is a Joshi Corsair, but it possibly could be. That person, to me, just had no respect. no desire to change what they were doing, you know, it's all about them, it's all about what they're doing. Why should I adjust what I'm doing so that the people that I'm hunting with can actually hunt properly? You know, it's not important to that person, so... Yeah, that's exactly the way it should be. 3 uses, and you know, those 3 uses, I can tell you exactly what those are. The first was the first time I ever used Prowler. The other 2 times were when I had to use it to get coins from an arena quest that required Prowlers to be used. It's the only time I've ever used Prowler. And that time I used Prowler was in the deserted island when I was playing Generations for the first time. It was probably during the first day or so of me playing Generations when I had that first use. And then I didn't use it at all until this game. And in this game was, again, when I was trying to get coins, so... This Ion dickhead is an absolute joke. That's the last time I assume... It's the last time I give people the benefit of the doubt. That guy was just AFK in a fucking loading screen. What is this? You have not yet configured your friend's notification settings. Configure these settings in the friend list. What? Sometimes rooms just shit themselves in this game. Oh, here's another Twitch player. Let's play with him. Carl Dave. The irony is that my name's Carl, with a K. So, there you go. Yeah, we worked that out, Carl Dave. He's gone to the trouble of putting into the hub name Twitch Carl Dave, and he's gone even further to comment in the chat that he's streaming on twitch.tv/CarlDave. Anyway, welcome back to hell. Sounds good. I feel welcomed to hell. I like how they say welcome back to hell, like I'm a repeat visitor. I try not to visit hell when I can avoid it. Sometimes I can't help it though. It's just a part of my natural goings-on in life. What would I like to use? I guess we could go with Rapid Dragon. Why not? Last time I used it, I think, was against Devil Joe, wasn't it? Was it against Devil Joe? It was against someone. Again, don't know if it was the previous video or the video before, but it was something like that. Anyway. Let's go ahead and... Well, I was about to say let's go ahead and eat, but I'd already taken care of that. So again, very important that we do actually make sure we have what we need to perform properly with this particular loadout. We do have internal ammo, but because we're only shooting dragon, really, for maximum damage here, it is important that we have dragon level 1 also. And I will get... it's dragonfell berries, isn't it? Alright. Dragonfell berry and... Oh, it would help to have Bone Husk S as well. Oh, not S. It would traditionally be Bone Husk large, but in this game they got rid of small and large for some reason. That's right, I do need combo books. This is frustrating. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, Doomlink is using an item set. Doomlink's using an item set, what's going on? The situation necessitates it. Dragonfell berries, there we go. And that should be all we need. So Dragonfell berry, no, I'm stupid! Pay attention to what you're doing, Doomlink, for the love of God. Okay, so now we should have what we need. Yeah, that's looking good to me. Some Prowlers do deal decent damage, it's just I don't want them in my quest personally. If I had to really choose, I would choose not to have them. Sorry guys, I'm buying ammo. I will be ready momentarily. I just wanted that Pierce level 3 because that is my highest damage shot type with this gun once I have run out of Dragon. So, there you go. Okay. As far as how long this quest is going to take, I'd give it about 10 minutes. I'm hoping this isn't the event. I don't think it's the event. If it's the event, then we're in the shit. I'll start with Dragon level 2. Actually, do I have... No, I do not have anything that would... Wait, your gun has Demon? Are you shooting Demon, man? You're not shooting Demon. Are you a meme? Okay. That gun has Demon Shot. I know it does. Maybe it doesn't. No, I think it does. No, it does, surely. Yeah. I do feel as if I'm doing a lot of damage as I shoot through here. I'd do a whole lot more damage if I didn't have my rapid shots interrupted by this rude tentacle. Quite frankly. I'm not fucking risking anything. I'd love to get into position without getting hit, if I could possibly manage that. Alrighty. But yeah, the Dragon level 2 internal ammo is a big deal. Really big deal. Very good damage. Definitely makes Dragon more worthwhile here. Alright, catch you later, Pablo. I don't know how much longer I'll be live for. Alright, should be able to get our last shot off here on this face. There we go. Now we're moving on to Dragon level 1, which is not using bullet geyser just in case. I didn't want to risk death there, sorry. I knocked 2 people away. I do apologize for that. I did it because I wanted to make sure that I wouldn't actually get hit there. I didn't know exactly where Nakakos was attacking, so I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't at risk. Don't want to be dying needlessly here. Oh, fucking hell. I'm about to get boned. Yeah, this is literally boned. Not as in, you know, referring to intercourse, but referring to being surrounded by bones, yes. Even more literal than the figurative phrase boned. Anyway. To be boned. To be boned or not to be boned. Alright. Just trying to get back into position here. That should do. Ooh, can I hit this weak point? I should be able to. I think this is worthwhile. I think it's very good elementally as well. Cool. Okay, I've talked about this before, and it pisses me off. The auto shout in this game is, I set up us a bomb. It should be, I set us up a bomb. But they do, I set up us a bomb, which is not how the English language works. So, yeah, I don't know. It's very odd that they managed to have that in the final version of the game, but it's kind of funny to me. I set us up a bomb. But no, I set up us a bomb. Alright, let's get that pierce into the weak point again. Well, Technically a different sort of pierce. Literally just physical pierce in this case. Previously we were dragon piercing. Yeah, it is definitely English. Does come across that way. Let's be careful. Might actually top up my health, just to be sure. Alrighty. I don't know if I'm still hitting a weak point here. Well, now I should be. Perhaps not. Let's shoot into here. Because breaking the shell does help. Possibly even for accessing weak point. There goes Carl Dave, and there goes Mary. Wow. Alright. So that weird thing that I'm aiming for there does break. I don't know if it's a weak point, probably not. But I thought I may as well aim for that, just to break the shell. Feels good to break the shell. That's all I can say about that. I do what satisfies me. Alright, I'll get ready to clear this. Alright, now piercing into the weak point. What I believe to be the weak point should be just in there. Not in there, in there. Sort of missed it there though. I suppose it's possible for data to be corrupted. It happens, but in the case of my friend Sam, he had to play through Generations 3 times because somehow he had his save lost twice. He had to get the Hayabusa feather like 3 times. It's really weird. It had something to do with like the auto cloud saving of his 3DS. It was really weird, but I don't even understand how that could happen, but that happened to him alright. And he was more resilient than I ever would have been, I can tell you that much, because if I would have lost my generation save twice, that would have been enough for me. I would have said, no, I'm done. It may very well have been enough for me the first time, but especially after the second time, I just wouldn't have touched it again. I would have been like, no, that's it for me. But he did. Certainly more resilient than I am. Is the blowhole weak? I think so. Well, I'm aiming for it either way. I'm shooting into his hole. Oh. Ow. Oh, I'm boned again. And then people sing that stupid song about being blue every time that happens. 2 different people I've played this game with both did that. When I said, oh no, I'm blue. And then they sing that fucking song. It'd be fine if it were a good song, but it's not. So... well, those slime things scare me. But it's so funny because slime does make a return. Like, slime exists in this game, but it's never referred to as slime, it's referred to as blast. At least officially. That was an additional break in the shell, I think. Oh, I can't really evade this. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Keep away from that fucking fire. I want to attack the tentacle here. The funny thing is about the tentacle... well, what's funny about it is that it doesn't look like something that you could easily pierce through, but for some reason... it just... there's more there than it visually appears to pierce through. So, it's actually kind of worth it to pierce through that. I actually don't know if it's the event or not, because I haven't really been hit by this guy, so I don't know how much damage he's doing to me. Ah. It's always like that, isn't it? As soon as you mention something, it happens. Always, always, always. If we fail this quest, it's going to be a sad time. It's going to be a real sad time. Let's do what we can. I do not have stamina recovery items here. Oh, I do. I have rations, that's right. I'm coming back. Yeah, I mean, how on point was that? Doesn't get much more on point than that, I'll tell you that much. Let's be nice and careful and not fail this fucking quest, because we are one death away from failure. Okay, broke something there. Should I move on to shrapnel? I guess I should. No, you fucking don't. I know what your game is, sir. Guess I'll just shrapnel this thing. Feels like a good course of action. I haven't seen that face in a long time. This face. Just wanting to hit the weak point. There we go. Carl Dave, you are so out of critical distance. What is this? What's he doing? He's huntering 700 and he's shooting that far out of critical distance. He's like point blank shooting Pierce into this guy. Oh, Carl Dave. I wouldn't have said anything if you weren't such a high hunter rank. Maybe he's just not a gunner. I suppose that's what it comes down to. Alright. No, 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 no. Bullet geyser. Yeah. Very good. Very good. Oh, another one. Okay, now. That's a bit dangerous. I'd like to get those tentacles, but... Well, maybe I'll just go for the face. Yeah, maybe that's better. Keeping an eye out for those fucking tentacles. Oh. Okay. You keep on doing that. I'm sheathing this and I'm getting ready to dive. In case he charges at me. I'm not taking any chances. We have to be very careful here. Very careful. Okay. This doesn't bode well, and I'll tell you why. It's because I don't think we're very close to killing this guy. I think we're going to have another 2 minutes left. You know when he's almost dead because he raises the shell above his head into a more vertical position, and it'll have a bit of a rainbow effect to it. And it means that he's close to shooting his laser beam. Surprised I didn't get run over there. He's charging. The thing is, it takes him so long to start doing it. Oh no, he didn't do it in the end. Okay. Thought he was gearing up for a charge. I'm not sure what the impact damage of shrapnel is, as in like the initial impact. I don't think it's very good. It looks... I mean, I don't know if the sound effect is anything to go by because it sounds a lot like clust. But... maybe it's something like that. The initial impact is not really significant. Whoa. I hate that flurry attack. Yeah, very strange monster indeed. I didn't mean to do that. I'm not even going to explain what I was trying to do there. I guess I may as well. I guess I have to now, don't I? I thought that I had gone out of my aiming view and I was moving forward. But actually I just moved my camera up, or my aim up. Which incidentally was not very helpful. Because I ended up way off target. Oh. I don't trust a thing that this guy's doing. I can't believe we haven't yet. Well, that was a double kill anyway. Because I got killed by the same attack. That was so out of nowhere that I don't know, man. He's about to do his beam too. His big laser beam, I think. He's getting close. I mean, that was probably the last 15% of his health, I would say. Stupid. I have a feeling that was the fucking event quest. That's what I think. But I've had fun with that room anyway. I'll move on. How much longer am I going for? I'll probably do one more quest. And then I'll finish up. Mongolele. Okay, well I'm not doing a Cantor. Yeah, that was an unfortunate result. And I died twice, so... Technically my death wasn't... Well, as far as I'm concerned, my death was what caused us to fail. It's just I died at the same time as another guy, and... It displayed that he was the one who died that failed the quest, but... Even if he hadn't died, I would have failed the quest anyway. Hyper Duramborus? Oh, let's do it. I would definitely rather not fail hunts, but... It is what it is. I hate these people. I hate this community. If you just fucking waited... It's always like this. And they never come back. They never do that in this game. It would be stupid too, because people just leave automatically anyway, so... Lagging? Let's do lagging. Duramborus is an interesting hunt. Not many people put Duramborus on the board, so... Would have been a nice quest to do for a change, but no. They departed without me. Not an uncommon thing. Doomlink's using item sets, oh my god! Alright. Oh. This fucking quest. This, ladies and gentlemen, is Event Hyper Laggy. I hate this quest, but it is the best one for... whatever it is. Laggy mantles. So, what can I say? One thing that I wondered a while ago was why Laggy didn't get a special name for his G rank rare, because it's Sapphire for the high rank rare, so why is the G rank rare just a mantle? Jasper, in the case of Zenoga, becomes Skymerald. I don't know. You know what I blame it on? I blame it on the laziness of the people who translated Monster Hunter Generations, because I believe it was a different group to the group that translated 3 Ultimate and 4 Ultimate. I believe that it's a different group. So therefore, I blame it on them. It's just laziness. Mantle isn't incorrect, it's just, it's not fun. It's not interesting. What should I use? How about Gunlance? I was meaning to use Gunlance that other time, but I ended up with Blunt Lance instead. Because I'm fucking blind, I guess. Let's go in Gültige Wahrheit with the Elemental Gunlance set. The reason why I have 2 Gunlance sets is because my first Gunlance set was an Elemental set, and then when I made a Guard Gunlance set, the reason being that the Blast Gunlance doesn't work with this, because obviously this is Elemental up and Elemental Crit. When I made that second Gunlance set, I was like, I don't want to remove this Elemental Gunlance set, it's so nice. So that's why I have 2 Gunlance sets. I used to have a status gunland set as well, but because I never used it, I just removed it so that I could have space for another armor set, whatever that ended up being. Can't remember now, but yeah, I did have that. So, in other words, there was a time when I had 3 gunland sets. The only other weapon type that I have 3 sets for, I believe, is Greatsword. So, yeah, and I don't even like gunlands that much, so it was a bit bizarre. Looking for that insurance. Not insurance, excuse me. Exchanger. Well, can't always get it. We definitely want defense anyway. I think we want Defender High. Yeah, let's do it. Moxie's good too, but Defender High will do it for me. Hello, Lynch. Oh, if only you had Awaken with that, then you'd be doing fire damage too. I hate how they removed Awaken from this game. That's one thing that they could have done that would have just made this game perfect. I love Awaken. It's so good for endgame. I hope Jane's gonna play this carefully because gunning this quest isn't a minor thing. I've gunned this quest a few times, but you just get one shot. This is an event, hyper lagging. Very strong. I'm not departing, I'm sorry. I don't care if you don't want to wait. You're gonna wait. I'm live, you're not, and I'm willing to wait so you can fucking relax. I'm not 3-manning this fucking quest. I do like that this guy's using the Siegmund though. Something a little different from the fucking Adalkar Greatsword. Which I always like to see. But yeah, one thing that I do enjoy doing, and I've talked about this before, I preface most of what I say with I talked about this before, or have talked about this before, but even then, like, I don't even mention it every time I identify that I've mentioned it previously, but Awakened weapons are another way of building it. Jane just sent a question mark. What's so complicated about waiting for 4 people to do an event hyperlag? What's so fucking complicated? Why are you sending a question mark in the chat? We're waiting. Sorry. You generally don't have to wait for long. If waiting for 2 fucking minutes in a game is too much for you to handle, then play a different game. I don't know. If no one comes, then I will depart, but I'm not departing immediately, which is what would have made Jane happy. But just like that, we've got another hunter rank 501. Patience pays off. Jane. Anyway, Awakened weapons are a really good way to have other choices for elements. So let's say you've made, it's a very end game sort of thing, very end game. It's almost the end game after end game. When you've made all elements for every single weapon type, but you're starting to get bored of using, okay, like, if I want to have Thunder Dual Blades, you're getting sick of using the same Thunder Dual Blades every single time. At that point, you make all the elements for every weapon type but Awaken. And then, that's more variation, more variety in your hunting capacity. So, a game that removes that for me sort of removes an element of endgame for me, so yeah, it's one of those things. An Awakened weapon is, okay, so almost any weapon. This was in 3rd and 4th gen, but it disappeared at the end of 4th gen. This is still 4th gen here, but it disappeared. In those games, any weapon that didn't have an element or status had a latent element or status. In other words, if it didn't have one normally, you could get a skill that would give it one. So it was like an unlockable element or status. Now, awakened weapons were usually not better than regular weapons. Sometimes they were, but usually not. And they were often more damage focused, like raw damage focused, than elementally or status focused, but there were always exceptions to that. There were exceptions to all of those things I just mentioned. But it was more of a way to have fun, you know. Give your previously raw only weapon an additional ability, you know, a certain elemental capability or status capability. And it was great. Traditionally, you only had one skill for it. This is referring to Try and 3 Ultimate. I don't believe Awaken was in Portable Third. It was just the skill called Awaken. In 4 Ultimate, you had a skill called Enlightened Blade, which was, I believe, Awaken. It was a mixed skill. It was Awaken and Element and Status Attacker. I believe that's what it was. It might have just been Elemental Attacker, but I think it was Awaken plus, you know, increased damage in both of those. So, Enlightened Blade was pretty good. I believe it was included with Crimson Fatalis EX. So, the EX armors do still exist in this game. You just don't see them around. The only EX Fatalis armor that I see is White Fatalis. But even then, it's not that often that I'll find it. It's basically unique to the event quests of those monsters. The EX Crimson in 4 Ultimate gives you Enlightened Blade, and that's what I use for most of my Awakened stuff in 4 Ultimate, but I do also have an Awakened set that doesn't have Enlightened Blade. Just if I want to use something a little different. But yeah, it's just a great way to have fun in the real endgame. It was first introduced in in Try, Lost on a Try, the first 3rd generation game, and it was really interesting back then. Generally, people would use full Laggy as their Awakened set. That's what I used. But of course, you had to get a fucking Sapphire for that. And getting Sapphires in that game was a nightmare. Getting the rare of any monster in Try was a nightmare. But, yeah. That's Awakened. And it's good fun. Real good fun. Let's use this trap. Come on, guys. Let's Dragon Blast. Oh, I'm sorry for hitting you away. I shouldn't have done that. That was a bad decision. Really bad decision. Because this guy's doing a lot of damage as well. Oh, really? Wasn't expecting that to hit me and hurt. Alright. That flash managed to miss. Go. Oh. Where is that trap? It's over here. It's a pitfall, not bad at all. What are my skills on this set? It's Artillery Expert, Challenger +2, Element Attack Up, Critical Line +1, Elemental Crit. It's a very nice set, I like that. Not something you typically find with a Gunlance set, something with Element Attack Up. Reload this so I can make use of Blast Dash properly. Come on. Lynch. This is what happens when you want to be a hero. Just fucking get behind the trap and stop wasting your time. Alright. I'd like to aim for that back because the back is the elemental weak point on Laggy. Gotta love that slam. Getting to the point soon where I'm going to Wyvern Fire if I can find the right opportunity to do it. Oh, this isn't good. Oh, there we go, got a good flinch off. I was ready to shield that anyway, but the flinch definitely helped. Advance forward there. Oh, Jane. This is what typically happens with this quest. You do get failures with this quest. It is not an easy quest, and this Jane person wanted to fucking 3-man it. But you didn't really get to see it because I was shielding and evading everything that he was doing, but this monster hits like a fucking truck. It's not a joke. So I do often get quest fails with this. The quests that I seem to fail most often here are the Fatalis quests, Hyper Devil Joe, and this thing here, which is Event Hyper Laggy. And it's a mess. Hopefully we can try again, because I'm ready to try that again. No. Ryokalu threw a tantrum, which I guess he's allowed to throw a tantrum, because I did throw him away from the monster with my Dragon Blast, which was kind of terrible, but... attack your friends with the mounted monster. Yeah. The monster mounting's a bit weird. I don't know how I feel about it. I think it's interesting, but it's going a bit far. It's a bit too much. It's like, okay, come on. Come on, James, put it up again. I'm ready to hunt. Maybe now you'll be a little more inclined to wait for a fourth person, instead of sending a question mark in the chat when I haven't departed after 60 seconds of being readied up. Or after 60 seconds of having joined the quest. Dink ain't no quitter. That's exactly right. I'm ready to hunt. That was going to be my last hunt, but I'm not ending on a failed quest. That's stupid. Or at the very least, if I do end on a failed quest, it will be the second in a row. Wow, I haven't seen that happen in a little while. Look at that. It's just funny seeing old weapon designs in this game, man. Must have posted the wrong quest. Come on, Jane. But yeah, I'm not a fan of this quest, really, but it's been a while since I last did it, so I'm kind of okay to do it. I was doing this quest when I did the famous microphone deep throat. I didn't really deep throat it. I just put it in my mouth, acting like it was a penis. If you have no idea what I'm referencing, then good. It's not even famous. Why do I say famous like it's well known? It's not. Just one of my viewers was going back through my old recordings and was, I guess, well, he happened upon something interesting, we'll say that. Alright. Looks like Exchanger is a no-go, but that's okay, because even then, Defender High is the way to go with this quest. So I'll take it. What is my defense here? Oh, it's not too bad. I don't think I have any armor sets that have more than 850 defense. And I don't even know what armor set has 850 defense, to be completely honest, so... yeah. Just gonna reduce the brightness of my room. Probably should have done it earlier. There was an insect glaive with no kinsect in the Monster Hunter movie. That's great. Sounds about right to me. About what I'd expect. Gisana is also using a gun lance, but what is that gun lance? I've never seen... oh, that's, the Chaotic Gore Magala gun lance. Interesting. Why you would choose to use that in this quest, I've got no fucking idea. I'm about to get comboed up! What was that? That must have been bad connection. Oh no. What's happening? This needs to stop now. I don't need a laggy fucking hunt. Get it? Laggy hunt? In the laggy hunt? Yeah. Yeah. Funny. Oh, stop it. Yeah, I'm not shelling as much as Gisara is. I mean, I can shell a little bit. Just to show that I can. Okay, why is this quest so fucking laggy? Get off Pornhub, Jane. Whoa. You see that fucking animation cancel on the part of the laggy? Or the laggy, I should call him. Well, as long as I keep track of what's going on, I should be alright. Just anticipate his next move and I should be fine. Alright. Stop it. Leave me alone. You know, there's nothing more fucking annoying when I am stuck shielding in an endless barrage of attacks and some little fucking idiot wants to ping me into a trap. Like, I don't need to be pinged. I'm stuck. Clearly, like, I'm not gonna drop everything and run to the trap and risk death. I don't need a fucking ping. Fuck me. That kind of behavior is just ignorant. Absolutely fucking ignorant. Alright. Oh, I'm sorry, Gisara, I'm sorry. Oh, I fucked up Lynch instead. How is it that I'm perpetually fucking up Lynch? No, it was the last guy that I fucked up. Whatever his name was. I fucked up the other guy, I believe. Forgot his name now. But, yeah. Oh, can we stop with this? Fucking terrible connection. You can see the way Gisara is playing, you can see that he's seeing the same thing I'm seeing. So Jane is just a fucking shit host right now. I don't know why, but whatever. I'm gonna sharpen up. Am I starting with purple? No. Well. There we go. Got Dragon Blast. Let's get ready to use that at the appropriate time. Get out of there. Be nice if I could actually hit the monster. I'd love that, actually. I'd love being able to hit the monster. I'm not going to use Dragon Blast foolishly. Oh, that was my opportunity to use it, but I got flinched by Gisara. He didn't give a shit. He was like, nah, I'm doing this combo. That's right. I'm also guilty of similar things. There goes Jane. Bye-bye, Jane. Oh, Jane. As I said, going gun with this quest is not a small thing. It's not just, I'm gonna sit back and go ranged. It's, you need to be very careful. You need to be watching what Laggy's doing at all times. Because it's basically a one-shot. Yeah, that's great. There goes all my stamina. Look at this, it's fucking relentless. What would you have me do? What would you have me do, Laggy? I'm completely reliant on my shield. Look at this. Are you fucking witnessing this? If you counted the number of hits that were directed at me in that moment, I would say it would be around 7 or 8 that I'm expected to shield with, you know, 1 stamina bar. I mean, that's insane. I'm shield reliant. I can't just sheathe and fucking dive out of there. It's a slow sheathing weapon. That's fucking insane. That was actually just the most relentless shit I've seen using a gun lance. That was fucking unbelievable. Anyway. I'd love it if he would have targeted someone else, you know, after that first barrage, but no, he went after me twice in a row, with 2 long rounds of attack combos, which I could have fucking lived without. Oh, what's this shit? There goes Jane. Oh, fucking hell. Remember when I said that if we have 2 fails, then I would, at that point, be willing to end the stream on a failed hunt? Well, There you go. I should have eaten for insurance as well, but I was a bit focused on my own defense, which turned out to still not be good enough after that ridiculous barrage of attacks. Alright, well, I've had my fill of this quest. I hope Jane is now realizing why we hunt with 4 and not 3. And, yeah, I can't let that go. But anyway, I think I've had my fun. Alrighty, so... Trash is getting quite emotionally invested in the hunt. But yeah, I do thank you all for watching. I will see you when I'm next recording Monster of any kind. I do realise that it is time very soon for me to get a random hunts upload on the go, but it just hasn't happened, and I can only apologise. But it will happen soon, because I intend for it to happen soon. But hang tight either way, and I will see you guys next time I'm live or doing something that you would like to watch.